Good morning everyone, Artist Wayne here coming to you live from Freemans Waterhole. I've just had a coffee and a chin wag with my mate Juan because he arrives on time. Unfortunately I can't say the same for Santiago and Adrian the pin-up boy. They're 45 minutes late on what was going to be another hardcore adventure.
Leave them here, it's going to be tight. Seriously.
What?
You don't want that shit. You remember the singles are really tight. Hold the brake. You have the brake?
I've got the clutch. I'll just use the clutch.
I'm not responsible for the f***ing bike.
Oh, there. We need some time. Let it go.
Oh, someone didn't wash their bike. Put 30 in that. Felipe, have you ridden before?
First time.
You checked it before and the after.
And we were off. Santiago, Adrian and I on the big bikes. Juan was riding his KTM Freeride and we were joined by three young lions, Felipe, Nando and Jonathan, all riding enduro bikes. They may have been a little green, but they were game. Our plan today was to leave Freemans Waterhole and ride through the Tunnel of Terror, which would take us under the freeway and then on to Kurrambong, where we would have lunch. If we make it, that is, because a lot can happen on an adventure ride, and normally does. Plus it didn't take long to realise it was going to be wet, and it was going to be muddy. It didn't come as a surprise that Felipe, out on his first ride, was the first to do some dirt sampling. But fear not, the young fella would soon find his groove and garner himself a cool nickname. And now we've arrived at the Tunnel of Terror.
You wanna go first or you go, or I go first?
No, I'll walk in there, you all go past.
So you go first walking?
Would you have a look at that, everyone? The first rider to come through was Felipe. He's on his first ride and he's leading the pack. So I dubbed Felipe the Trailblazer. Not that leading the pack helped him at all, because he got stuck exiting the Tunnel of Terror. My turn.
Go. The left is higher. You can go through there or...
I could certainly feel a stitch up coming on, but I went for it anyway. Sometimes, my fellow adventure riders, to move forward, you first need to move back.
Yes! You're going all the way back. Come on, 1, 2, 3.
Well, we could now ride all the way to Kurrambong for lunch, if nothing went wrong, that is. And it didn't take me long to remember when riding in slush and mud you don't stick close to Santiago, because he has a huge problem with throttle control. It's best to stay in front of him. Oh, and just quietly, I was about to find myself in a world of pain. Those that know me know I hate riding over logs, and I was about to find myself smack bang in the middle of a whole forest of f***ing felled trees. This is where Santiago, our fearless leader, had led us. So whilst Juan moved whole trees around and Adrian the pin-up boy just looked on, we prepared ourselves for some log jumping. And of course Felipe the trailblazer was the first to step up to the plate. And like Santiago, here's another rider, Jonathan, who doesn't seem to have a great deal of throttle control. His bike might sound like a chainsaw, but it ain't gonna cut through the wood. He needs to get over it. Now let's see how Nando goes with some advice from Adrian the pin-up boy. Now for the fat bikes.
I've got to try and get over there. We'll lift it up and push, eh?
That was all the big bikes done and dusted. And last but not least, Juan, who seems to get better and better every time I ride with him. Once we got through the tunnel of terror and the forest of fear, we had bike problems. Plan A was to clutch start Jonathan's Yamaha. When Plan A didn't work, we moved to Plan B.
Oi, they're going to put that one in gear. Put it in gear and hold the clutch.
I don't have hands to accelerate and push the motorbike and switch.
And when Plan B didn't work,
You hear me, babe? Just let go straight away.
we moved on to Plan C, where Adrian the pin-up boy would tow Jonathan's bike to the top of a hill, where we would revert to Plan A and clutch start it down said hill. We just needed to get to the top of the hill first. Easy. All right, the boys made it to the top of the hill, and Adrian the pin-up boy did the honours. You know what that means, boys and girls? We could ride. Off we went in search of the next obstacle or bike problem, whichever one came first. Ooh, fatigue may have been setting in for some of the young lions. and maybe even for some of the older boys. It appeared Santiago was down for the count, and poor Felipe was stuck. But considering it's his first ride, he has a great excuse. What's Santiago's? Well, that was all the big bikes across. Should be a walk in the park to get all the enduro bikes through. Or so I thought. Oh, look out, Adrian, the pin-up boy's having a ride of Jonathan's. Why is it F? So whilst Adrian was showing Jonathan what not to do, Juan was making his way across. Well, I think we'd established that Adrian could start the bike, but he couldn't ride it. Take two. Well done, Adrian, the pin-up boy. And whilst I have your attention, take note of Jonathan's earring. It's going to play a part in this video later on. Alright, one bike left to get across. What could go wrong? It's not a race. After that, boys and girls, just quietly, I'm ashamed to say I was the one holding everyone up.
Hey, Wayne! Wayne! We're going this way.
There's always one in every group, and today it was Adrian. And now, my fellow adventure riders, I have a question for you. Have you ever had a branch catch your helmet and not let go? Because our mate Juan has. And trust me, I would have liked to have helped him, but I was laughing too much. Eventually he did free himself. Only to go back and give that tree a stern talking to. Next person to hold us up, I'm happy to say, wasn't me, it was Santiago. And he was like a gift that just kept giving. Remember when I told you to take note of Jonathan's gold earring? Well, it was here that Jonathan would lose it.
Is it in your, not in your helmet?
No, I see the helmet when it dropped. You saw when it fell. The gold earring.
Is it real gold?
Ah, it's not you fucking it.
If I find it, do I get to keep it?
Getting pointed on video, Adrian. Camera on.
Yep. Where'd you see it drop?
I go out from the bike and shoot down take it off the helmet, and I see when it drop it.
Yeah, you checked inside the helmet.
No, because he saw when it fell off.
Yeah, no, dropped in there.
No, creo que
ya quedó enredado, sí.
Pero si no,
Ahí se viene.
acá, I find it.
Muéstrale a la cámara. Ahí va, acerca de la cámara.
Aleluya.
Time for lunch, and Adrian was talking about bailing.
I got a barbecue tonight.
Night.
Till this afternoon.
It's only 2. We'll
2 by the time we get home, by the time we pull the fucking bikes up hills. It's gonna be late. How much longer?
2 hours max. Yeah. It's Paula, can you give permission to Adrian? He's always scared.
What time is it?
In the back?
Hey boys.
Thank you, my friend, for it.
Well, unfortunately, Adrian the pin-up boy left us. Actually, it was fortunate that he left us, because had he not have left us, he wouldn't have made his barbecue. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. You see, before this ride, I'd asked my mate, Big Jared King of Kurrumbong, how we could get through the Wattigans from the Kurrumbong shops to Freemans Waterhole. The only trouble is, when he answered me, I only half listened. Anyhow, at the end of the day, one can only hope for the best. Not sure if we were in the right place, but we found ourselves on a steep downhill frenzy, and I was hoping we didn't have to go back up.
Yeah, this joins your track, doesn't it?
Ooh, Nando was down for the count.
You alright?
But he didn't die, so it was time to go even steeper. And I guess we'd passed the point of no return. There was no way we were getting the big bikes back up here. Here we go. What's that saying? Once bitten, twice shy. Nando's going to be super cautious now. Alright, we were now on level ground, but I must say we had no idea where we were. All we could do was hope for the best. I no longer cared if we were going to get the boys to Freemans Waterhole. This was just a fight for survival. We were in a fight to get out. I must say Adrian the pin-up boy made the right call. He was probably already home and getting ready for his barbecue. By now we were completely lost. We'd given up all hope of making our way through the Wadigans onto Freemans Waterhole. We just needed to find a road. This was a little tight. Hopefully Santiago makes it through. Drama! One, yes! Well, I have to say, when we finally did make our way out, we realised we made our way back to the Kurrumbong shops. That's right, we were right back where we'd had lunch. But who cares, it was worth it, because that was one hell of a ride. I'm Artist Wayne Santiago, and thanks for watching everyone.